Good afternoon, and welcome to Tea with Jess. As my character Nana says in my kinship mystery series, life is hard, have tea. So today's tea mug is a brew named Sue, which I thought was very appropriate to share. Our younger daughter actually bought it for me 2 years ago when we went to visit Nashville. My dear cousin Pat and her sweet husband John live in the Nashville area, and we went down a couple years ago to visit them. So my cousin, our daughter's first cousin, once removed. So we went to visit our cousins, and my our cousin Pat asked me, "Well, what would you like to do while you're down here besides hang out with us?" Which honestly, hanging out with them was perfectly great. A, because they're incredibly lovely people, very fun, a lot of fun to talk with. You can have lighthearted conversations with them and deep conversations with them, but perhaps a bit selfishly, cousin John is an incredible cook. Just he's made this his avocation, and he made us the most amazing meals. He loves to cook, and we all love to eat, so it works out beautifully. But while we were there a couple years ago, I said, "Well, I'd love to go to the Johnny Cash Museum because I love Johnny Cash music and Johnny Cash." And I mean, who doesn't love Johnny Cash? Let's be honest. Um, so off we went, and my younger daughter said, "Well, thank you for bringing me on this trip. I want to buy you something as a thank you for bringing me on this trip and for just being mom." What a sweet daughter. And so we picked out a brew named Sue, which I just love, at the Johnny Cash Museum. So there you go. And I got out the mug because I had occasion to go back to Nashville this past weekend. And of course, while I was there, I spent time with my dear cousins, Pat and John, and again, had the most wonderful meals. Didn't go to the Johnny Cash Museum, but I had a good time. It's always a fun drive from where I live, actually, to uh, to Nashville. I got to do some thinking. I'm one of these drivers that once I'm on a stretch of highway, if I'm by myself, what I like to do if I'm not listening to an audiobook is I'll start the recording app on my iPhone, and I'll just dictate ideas about um, things I want to write, things I want to do, things I want to improve in my life. So I probably look a little bizarre. Maybe not. Maybe people think I'm just singing to the radio, and hopefully everybody's watching the road anyway and not watching me drive. But as I'm driving along, muttering to myself about, and then this could happen in this novel, and then that could happen in this novel, or I could write about this thing, or I could, whatever. Excuse me. So I need some brew named Sue. So actually, I'll confess I had a little bit of coffee from a different cup, but also some tea would be a good idea. um, so I enjoyed that visit, and I enjoy when I'm driving to capture ideas in that way. It's a lot of fun. So and I wanted to share a couple things with you on this particular Tea with Jess. One is, let's see if I can manage this. I'm always so bad at knowing exactly how to share um, photos and whatnot from my iPhone on a camera. And so who knows if the glare will be terrible. But here, you're the first people besides me to see, drum roll, the cover for The Echoes, which is coming out next March. That's why I have The Echoes March 29th, 2022 is when it's publishing. It's available for pre-order now. As I have said, and I'm sure you've heard from other authors, if you're going to get the book anyway, pre ordering is great. Most sites will guarantee that you pay whatever the lowest price is by the time it publishes. So you're not money out. If you'd prefer to get it from the library, by all means, go to your local library and say, I hope you're going to have The Echoes by Jess Montgomery available for me to check out of this library, because libraries really will listen to what their patrons are hoping to check out and buy. Well, not buy. They'll buy based on what their patrons are hoping to check out. So if you're interested in the book, The Echoes, and you want to buy it, please consider pre-ordering it. If you're interested in The Echoes and you'd like to get it from your local library, that is fabulous. Please let your local library know that you'd like to be able to get The Echoes. So here we go. Let's see if I can do this. Here's the iPhone. Here's, oh, a bit of glare, but here's if I hold it this way, the cover. Yes, the cover of The Echoes. Doop. The echoes. The echoes. Oh, it's echoing. I'm really excited by this book. I'm really excited by the cover. I will put the cover um, on my Facebook page as well so that you can see it a little better than me simply just holding up my iPhone. But I wanted to make sure that I shared that with you first, because if you're viewing this now or viewing a recording of it later, then I consider you a very loyal fan, and I appreciate that very much. And I think you should get some of the first news of my books or other such things. And speaking of other such things, I think you should know about sweepstakes that Minotaur, my publisher, Minotaur Books, an imprint of St. Martin's Press, is doing of first edition Minotaur books. So let me grab The Widows. Um, the Widows was a first edition. And the nice thing about these trade paperback first editions is that they're at a lovely price for a trade paperback, $9.99. Again, you can always get it from your library, but if you'd like your own copy, $9.99. Great price. Um, Includes extra information and material about the series from the author. Includes the next book's first chapter or prologue, which is interesting. So there's, includes, I believe it also includes, yes, it does. It does. It includes discussion questions if you're in a book group. So lots of bonus material in these signature editions. Um, so they're a really great way to get introduced to new series. And Minotaur has done only does one or two a year titles from all of their catalog for a signature edition. So as an author, it's really an honor to be in as have your book released as a signature edition trade paperback. But as a reader, given all the bonus material and the great price point, it's an awesome thing as a reader as well. And just so you know, they've done 21 of these so far. And other authors include, I've got it up on my other computer screen, and Cleves, Silent Voices, Louise Penny, um, The Brutal Telling, her title, The Brutal Telling by Louise Penny, Julia Keller, A Killing in the Hills. Um, oh, my screen just went blank. Why does my screen do this to me? Oh, here we go. Lily Castillo's Sworn to Silence, Mariah Fredericks, A Death of No Importance. Let's see, one by Sarah Stewart Taylor, The Mountains Wild. Uh, Paul, I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, Paul Duiron, Doiron, The Poacher's Son. So Julia Spencer Fleming, I Shall Not Want, Rise Bowens, Murphy's Law. So there are a lot of great titles in this Minotaur Signature Editions collection, and they're giving away 10 sets of these 21 books. That's an amazing giveaway. Now through September 6th, to enter the sweepstakes, and I will have the link on this comments in the recording. But to enter the sweepstakes, you just go to read.mcmillan.com/promo/men signature ed sweeps. You can see why I'm going to have the link in the promo, but you just go to that website. Pardon me again. Life is hard, have tea, and sign up. And you might be one of 10 people to receive these 21 signature editions, all wonderful books, all beautifully produced. And your fall reading is set for you. So I wanted to let you know about that. I hope you'll consider signing up for that. And I wanted to share with you the cover of um, The Echoes. I'm excited about it, and I will see you next Monday as well. Pardon me. In the meantime, life is hard. Have tea.